Hello everyone, this is a John Deere E180. We bought this, it's late November 2020. My wife and I both have COVID. Luckily for me it's not so bad. My wife's taking it a lot harder. Anyway, we bought this last spring to replace a Husqvarna, and this snowplow was on the Husqvarna before, and so I had to redo everything, the mounts on the frame and everything, to make it work on this. And I bought a new 12-volt linear actuator that has much more power for pulling and pushing, making it possible to raise and lower the plow without having to have a spring to counter the weight of the plow. We added a side mirror so I could see a little bit behind me. And behind the panel right here was a little hole. This is just a sticker stuck on there, and there's a little hole in the plastic behind there that perfectly fits this switch. So when the key is in the on position, the plow can raise and lower. Not the fastest thing ever, but it's not real loud. The old linear actuators I had were very loud. So we're more than a foot off the ground now. Way higher than you should ever have to raise it. And it didn't take too long to get there. It would be nice if it was a little faster, but I think for the money and everything, that was a good linear actuator for this job. So down below, you can see the linear actuator. I sprayed the entire casing and all the motor, electrical cord going in and out, all that area has been sprayed with a sealant so that it won't get water into it. Now the plow is still way up as high as it was in the last shot there. And coming on touchdown right there. It is actually strong enough to raise the tractor off the ground. Right there, it's raising it up, but it makes me nervous, so I don't want to do it. So this linkage down here, I fabricated from some other stuff that I had on hand. Here you can see the front of the linear actuator. I bought a long, I think it's like a 6 or 7 inch long grade A or 8 bolt, and then I have some plastic bushings for like a TV mount that are inside that to kind of keep that bolt from flopping around. There's one on each side, and the angle is not straight of the linear actuator. It slightly skews to the left as you're going forward from its tractor mount. With the old Husqvarna, I had to have a large spring on this bolt here going up bumpers on that tractor to help take some of the weight off the plow so that the linear actuator would work. I did that the first year that I was pushing snow, and then the second year I reworked it all with a cable hooked to the lever that would raise and lower the deck. Excuse me. And that worked pretty good. It was fast. I mean, with the springs it made it easy to raise and lower. And anyway, I didn't know that if this John Deere had bearings in the front wheels or if they were just plastic friction bearings. And so I bought new bearings for it just in case it didn't have, pulled it apart, and it already had them. So in case you have a E170 or 80, they already have bearings in the wheels. So now I have 4 extra bearings in case I ever need them. Probably never will. Excuse me. And anyway, Bercomac. That rod up the side, that's to angle the blade over to the right or to the left. I'll show you that. So here we go. And that just locks into position. Now we're locked over to the left. I kind of wish it had extra slits in the metal so that I could have it locked hard over, but instead it's right there, which is not too bad. It's just it would fit my sidewalk better if it's all the way over. Just a mention to the tractor, it's a 54-inch deck, and my yard is 0.85 of an acre, and we have a large 4,000 square foot home on it, and half of the lot is wooded, but I have an area that we've been clearing out, so it's where you run down there with the mower just to kind of keep the weeds at bay. So this year I spent the money on the linear actuator. Next year I'll spend money on actually buying the John Deere weight attachment for the back of the tractor. And this year I just filled up a bucket with concrete, put a hook in the top, and that's just, this chain is just for safety. It's not holding it on there. The strap is actually what holds it on, but the chain's just there in case the strap was to break or something. And I have a ball hitch inside that. You can't really see it, but I put a cup down. I drilled a hole through the bucket, put a cup down on it, a plastic one, and then siliconed around it and then filled it with concrete. And that allowed for it to set down on that ball that holds the bottom in place. It keeps it from sliding off the shelf of that little hitch mount. And then that strap works good. I stuffed new tire chains. This tractor has 22 tires. The old tractor had, I think, 20-inch tires. So the chains I have don't fit. So I just tried to put a little extension on the chains, and they were still too short. So I'm going to have to buy new ones. Anyway, sorry I don't have a trot on this time. We were going to be moving to Florida. Suddenly that didn't happen, and we ended up staying here. So the garage is a total mess. Please excuse that mess. And anyway, thanks for watching.